Good afternoon. It is Monday. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My video is starting. I'm hoping it catches up. Good afternoon. It's Monday. It is 2:01 on Monday afternoon. Um, there we are. Good. Now we're all live. Okay. It's 2 o'clock. It's Monday. It is June 24th. And I'm late for a whole slew of reasons. One of which is, yes, my kid is home for the summer, and my schedule got a little thrown off today. Um, but mostly my schedule got thrown off today because I went to a concert last night in Connecticut. So I drove down to Bridgeport, which is about 2 hours away, and I drove home from Bridgeport, also 2 hours away, last night. So I was a little tired. Um, I saw Sarah McLachlan. Sarah McLachlan is by far and away my favorite singer. She has always been my favorite singer since I discovered her in 94. And I discovered her in 94 when her Fumbling Towards Ecstasy album came out. And it was one of those moments, it was the album that um, helped me come out, really. That's exactly when I was coming out. And I remember listening to that album. Well, it was a CD then. I remember listening to that CD on repeat that summer of 94. Um, Maybe it was the summer of 95, but whatever. It was right after my sophomore year in college. And I was in this, right, like the dark, one of the darkest places I've ever been. And I truly thought there was something wrong with me. I thought there was something like monstrous in there. Um, and I know I spent a long time trying to heal that, but the my coming out summer was really dark, and I would lay in my bed and just kind of wish that I didn't exist anymore. I never was actively doing anything about it, but I was pretty passively wishing I was elsewhere. And that music, her songs, just spoke to me. They called to my soul and they called me forward because if you know anything about Sarah McLachlan's music, you know that her music speaks to the places where we can be really dark. And I once saw her in concert. This wasn't last night, but the night before Lily was born, actually, when she was in concert, and she said that she likes to go dark because it feels so good when you come out of it again. And I've never forgotten that. And so I got to see her again last night, and it was so. Of course, I listened to the album and Sarah McLachlan all the way down, in the car. It took me about 2.5 hours to get down there. And I listened to Sarah all the way down there, and most of the way home, the songs were just ringing in my head. And I had a couple of moments in the concert where it was truly a spiritual experience. Like it was truly a magical spiritual experience. And I had this moment of feeling like hearing her voice, which is angelic, and seeing her on stage and being surrounded by thousands of people who were just as affected by her music. And she did the whole Fumbling Towards Ecstasy album. That's the tour. It's the 30th anniversary. So she did the whole album. She did a whole bunch of other songs as well, but it was the whole Fumbling album. And that album, Fumbling and Surfacing, which came out, I forget, like 97 or something, would if I were stuck on a desert island, those are the two albums I would need to have with me. uh, Bonnie Raitt's Nick of Time and Fleetwood Mac Rumors are the other two. Like if I never got to listen to any other music for the rest of my life, those would be the things I would need to listen to. And so watching her perform all these songs live, I've never seen her perform some of these songs live, because she, but by the time I saw her, she wasn't really doing fumbling anymore. Um, so anyway, profound, profound, profound experiences. And I had this moment of like a meta moment of being a witness of watching myself have this spiritual experience with thousands of other people also having a spiritual experience, and watching Sarah know that she was having that effect on people. And it was so powerful. Like this woman is 100,000% living her purpose. She is made for this, and she is doing it, and she has been for what, since the early 90s, maybe the late 80s. I mean, she's been doing this forever. And damn, does she look good? And fuck, does she sound good? Like shit, man. This is true mastery. And that moment of watching her live her purpose and me feeling it, and it called me forward to my purpose, and I just was like, this is why I share. This is why I want so much to help people wake up, because that her living her purpose gave me permission to articulate what I want more than anything else. And I had a conversation with God where I was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's create. And what I want is a global community of spiritual seekers and consciousness beings and light workers and people who are healers but don't know it. I just want a global community of connection. And I was watching her sing, and I had this spiritual moment, and I said, "This is what I want." And I spoke it out loud. And then, you know, my team were like, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes." And so I don't know what's coming. I don't know how this is going to work. I know it's coming through me, but me saying yes to it is, I got permission in this moment, watching her sing these incredible, incredible songs. And again, some of them were not, they weren't released anywhere. You don't, right? You would have to know the album to know these songs. It was just spectacular. Just my heart was so full and so open and so inspired last night. And even today, I'm tired. My throat hurts. I got to bed. Shit, man. By the time I got home, it was 1:30. By the time I got to bed, it was like 2. So, like, shit, I was, and then someone called me at 7:30 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck? Nobody I know would call me this early. Um, and I didn't answer, obviously, but it jarred me awake. So I'm tired today, right? But it's the good kind of tired that feels so, it was worth it. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. Um, she was sitting at the piano last night, just before she did a song, and she started talking about love is love, and we're all just unique. Every single one of us is unique. Every single one of us is the only person alive who is us, and that we're all needed. And I was like, yes, yes. And I just, it was so empowering. And then she gave a shout out to Pride Month, and then so I was flipping through Instagram this morning, and her video of speaking last night is on her page, and I was like, I was at that show. It was just amazing. And again, I loved her talking about, we all are here. Every single one of us is here for a reason. Every single one of us is here with to love and be loved, and to be here with a story to tell, with a mission to fulfill. I was having a conversation with a client today who is in a pretty dark space, and she said, "I just don't know if I'm cut out for this world." And I said, "Well, I don't know, but I know that nothing happens by accident, and I know that every single person alive has a mission. I know we all are here for a reason. I know it. I know it like I know my name. Every single one of us is here for a reason. And if you extinguish your light or don't shine it, you do a disservice to the world." And I say this all the time, right? I say it all the time. The world needs your light. Someone in the world, there's some person in the world who, by you shining your light, it's a candle. It lights their candle. It lets them shine. And I've had this vision for a long time of all these different bright spots of light all connected with lines. I think I've shown that picture a couple of times, but like, I've had a vision for a really long time of just the night before, when Lily was still, when we were still pregnant with Lily, there was a very, very clear moment I remember when her um, soul came into her body. I can't remember. Katie was probably 6 months pregnant, maybe, and she had already fallen asleep, and I was in a sort of meditative state, but I hadn't fallen asleep yet. But my hand was on Katie's belly, and I had this moment of like standing in a circle, and it was a very clear vision, like it was a memory or an experience. But we were all standing in a circle, and I just and people kept coming into the circle, and we all grasped hands, and our hands, we just grasped each other's hands, and I just went, we, my hand grasped, and then, and it, choo, 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 we all just held hands in a circle, and we were tasked with holding the light, like as the world around us fell, as it got messy. And I know now we were probably in Atlantis when Atlantis fell, but we were charged with holding the light even in the darkness. And I know that was the moment when Lily's soul came in. But I've had this vision for a long time, and I know now that now's the time we need to gather in circle and hold the light. There's some intense energy that will be happening in June and July. There's some intense upgrades. The Schumann resonance are way high. There's been intense solar flares. Those of us who are healers, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday on the drive down. Those of us who are healers are being tapped and called in droves. So whether or not you think you're a healer, first of all, if you're in this page, you are a healer. Let that in. And so we're being tapped, we're being woken up, so the discomfort, the ill, the anxiety, the frustration, these are all awakening symptoms. These are all ascension symptoms. The anxiety, the feedback, the heart rate, the all of it, the what feels like flu sometimes, like, it's all awakening, and you're being called. And there's more healers being called because there's more people waking up, which means the world needs more healers, which means we're all waking up right now to our purpose, to our mission, to our ascension. We're already there. And the decision to go or not has already been made. You're already in it. And now it's just a matter of doing the consciousness work so that you can stay really clear and really focused as one, as a oneness, as a connection with the divine, with humanity, which is also oneness with the divine. And I know this is our time. Again, I don't know what it looks like yet. I don't even know. I know very little about it, but I know that we're being called. And so, as I'm creating a global community, we are creating a global community, I need everybody in this with me, because I can't do it alone. So come join us. That's it. Yeah. If you get a chance, go see Sarah McLachlan. She's fucking amazing. And let it be a magical experience for you, just like it was for me. And if this reaches you, let's talk. And please share it. Please share it with people who you think the message will resonate with, because that's how we are going to grow. I have a group healing on Wednesday. It will be really, what do we do? I forget, what are we healing this month? Oh, the message from the Council of Light this month was they basically were like, just fucking love one another. Um, there's a little bit of, I don't want to say urgency. There's never urgency from the council, but there's a little bit of, the timing of things is really important right now, the 3D timing of things. And they're basically saying that our time of the community is tantamount important. There's nothing more important than community right now. So the group healing on Wednesday will be around, I think, creating or healing or releasing any blocks to community. So it's going to be really good healing. It will be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, because I have a networking event before that. But so on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, the group healing, you're all welcome. It is $25. If you want, I will post the link to sign up for that down below. And have a beautiful Monday, and I love you all.